Am I live? Maybe. Hopefully. Select camera just a little. Angle down just a little. Oh, there we go. Can everybody hear me? On. You can hear it all. Funny, my little microphone thing is just not showing something. Cool. We'll give it a few minutes. Sorry about being a little late. I was having a hassle trying to get things going the way I wanted them to. Trying out a program called XSplit Broadcaster. So I should be able to change cameras if I go over. Whoop. That ain't what I wanted. Go to dashboard. Yes, that would help. Why am I there? Okay, maybe it ain't working. But we'll try anyhow. Let's see here. Should have scene set. That should be good. I'm already live. Why are you asking me to authenticate? Now if we go to scene 2. All right. Are you seeing the other camera now with the rocks? Hey, Ryan. Cool. It actually does work. Don't you love it when things come together? All right. So I actually got a working system now. So I'm not stuck with just the webcam. All right, switch back to it. Easy enough. So that is cool. Another step forward for an old man. By the way, happy birthday. I know it was yesterday. Hope you got something good to eat there in the end. Hard to believe how many of us are September babies that are on the channel. Oh, cool. Tuna melt. I don't know what everybody's planning for mine, which is in 11 days now, the 25th. They asked me what I wanted to eat. I said food. They asked me what kind of cake I wanted. I said sweet. So figured give them a few choices there. Rocky Mountain Bear, welcome. Yeah, it's I'm not that choosy. I prefer not to have feather beast, if at all possible. I'm kind of the old school steak and egg guy, you know. Steak, eggs, potatoes. Never been much of a chicken fan, but that's okay. Some people are. Hey, what's good for you is good for you. You know, everybody has their own preferences and likes. Let's see. Can I? Oh, wow. I can actually do stuff. That's scary. Making you hungry again, huh? Yeah, I hear you. That's why I ate before coming up, you know. Evidently, last night wasn't enough for them there. So they're still coming up with them, which is cool. We can handle all that, right? Now, if I could just get my chat to swing over where it's more in front of the screen instead of off to the side, would be cool. But that's okay. I can still see it. So anyhow, hope everybody is doing good. Now, over the past couple of weeks, I haven't found any fossils, unfortunately. Primarily just been finding some different jasper variants. Rocks to go into the bin for cutting when it gets a little cooler out here, because it's already 98 degrees today. So, yeah, we're actually hoping that little, what is it now, tropical storm that's in Baja's Gulf will actually bring us some rain. That is much needed. We're like 8 inches behind right now for this time of year. Pretty bad. Our monsoon season has been a wash. And our arroyo has not had any water in it, which is one thing I've been waiting for, because once that happens, then I'm going to probably do a couple of walking lives down in the arroyo, and we'll go see what we can find for fossils and other goodies that the water has turned over for us. Oh, yeah. But without any water to move stuff around, what can we do? And this year has gotten expensive enough where I've actually canceled my New Mexico trip. Maybe next year we'll make that run out to New Mexico, and maybe next year we'll have a little bit wetter year. Although the Gila River did not flood, but it did get a high enough flow stage to move some rocks around, which, as everybody who's followed my channel knows, I love the whole Gila wilderness. I think it's a beautiful place. Believe me, if I could find land there to buy, I would. But what land is there is probably the most ridiculously expensive land in New Mexico. But it's a beautiful area. I love the trees. I love the wildlife. Of course, everybody knows from little snippets here and there, I do love the fur babies. I love the feathered babies too. I mean, I feed a couple of hundred quail a night, so, and dove. So, yeah, it's a bummer that I'm not going this year, but then again, I can save up some more money to make next year even a better trip. And hopefully even do some, if possible. There are certain areas where you can get a cell signal out there. So I might do a few short lives. Otherwise, I'll be recording and we'll put stuff up later. But yeah, next year there's a few other places that I want to go to. I want to go up to Luna, New Mexico, and find some of the Luna blue agate that AZ Expeditions had put out on one of their videos, and a couple other people that I know have put them out also. I'm going to try to meet up with a friend up in the area and see what we can go find. I also want to go back to my obsidian spot that I go to get all the Apache tears. I've actually got like 6 pounds of Apache tears that I need to tumble right now. Have to do it in smaller batches than 6 pounds. That just won't work. I've got a big tumbler, one of the drums, one of the tumblers. And the only problem with that is I need a new barrel, and a new barrel is over half the price of a new unit. So I may just pick up a whole new unit. Then I'll have some spare parts for the new one. Definitely want to get some other tools. As you guys can see right over here, a bunch of my battery operated tools there. I want to get a hammer drill because there is an area where I want to break out some seam agate that has some amethyst and also smoky in it. With Apache tears, I tumble them every so often. I always put some ceramic media in with them to help cushion them because glass beating on glass is just not going to have a good outcome. I also don't use a rotary tumbler on them. I have a vibratory tumbler, and that's what I use on my obsidian. Yeah, rotary is just not a good way to go with something that's as delicate as glass. But I want to get a hammer drill to go with my other kit, and I need to get a new angle grinder. My other one was a refurbished. I got it cheap. The reason it was cheap was because it had been used a lot. So I need to get a new one of those also. And they're just, my tool list is an endless list. Don't think there's ever going to be an end to that list because there's always some new tools that are coming out that are cool. And there's a lot of tools that come out where I see I could do a lot of different things working with rock with those tools. So anyhow, let's get to what I found. Although no fossils this time. Let's see if we can full screen that. There we go. All righty. Anyhow, first up, we got a little bit of red on that one. This is a jasper. Let's see now if I can get all this to focus in there. You can see it's got some pink inside there. Some different little goodies going on. Almost looks purplish in a way, but I think that's the light more than what I've noticed in person. There's some more of that pink. So it's definitely going in the slicing bucket, and we'll probably slice her up this fall when there's no more danger of cameras overheating. Everything I tried to do this year seems like my cameras tried to bake every time. Now this one, we've got some nice little spots going on there, and you can see right there on the side they go inside. So we've got some dendrites in there, which you don't see much of going on out here in the desert. Kind of a yellowish jasper. And then the caliche on top here, which I don't always have time to soak all these in vinegar. But that'll be another interesting one to slice up and see what we get inside there. But we definitely got some dendrites in there. All right, big boy here. I didn't notice that before. There's a little bit of dendrites or something going on right there in that bottom edge. But primarily just jasper this time. You're rock ending a little rock pile right now. That's cool. These have all been found from keeping an eye on the ground and watching for snakes as I'm taking care of either the horses or the goats, going out to pasture with them. And actually, this past week, we had a visitor horse. One of the ranchers I know out here had picked up a small pony, a year and a half old, and it got out on him. Now, this one is kind of interesting in that it's got a lot of stuff going on there. Nope, none of that's gold. It doesn't really look that yellow in person. But this will be another fun one to slice and see what we can do with. And we got a little bug right there. Although there's no crystals that I can see in that bug at all. But it does. You can see it's got some pink and some white. So it'll be an interesting one to slice up and see what we might find. Or it could end up as yard rock. That's one option always out here in the desert is yard rocks. Now this one, at first I wasn't even going to pick this up because it's a big old bear. And then I noticed, you know how jasper just has that feel to it? It almost feels like it's kind of soft. But I saw this when I picked it up, and I saw this edge, and when I rubbed it, it had the feel of jasper to it. And not really flashy in color or anything. And you can see some of the host up here on top. Has a little bit of white to it. That also feels like jasper. Another bug. But I figure I'll at least take this one and slice it in half just to see if there's anything good in it. And then we've got our little jewel, which I actually ran across last night. I was going to just pick it up and toss it aside after I picked it up, but then I tried scratching it with my fingernail. Because you know how calcite you can scratch. This stuff is not scratching, so this is definitely not calcite. Now, I don't see any banding in it, but I do believe this is a chunk of chalcedony or chalcedony or however y'all want to say it. But it's very hard. It's got something going on in the bottom here. You can see these shadows on this edge. Not sure what that's about. Do not have a flashlight in here with me. I will have one in the future, and my black light also. I don't have it. I haven't looked at these under black light yet. So, you know how it goes. You start out doing something small and simple, and the next thing you know, you find new ways to do things, new equipment. We do have a ton of dolomite in this area. I'm not sure. I'll have to do some more testing on it and see. And then what I purchased this past week, actually a couple weeks ago, it just got here this past week, was I found some of this little beautiful stuff right here. And I picked up a couple of pounds of it. Some of the pieces are big enough to be sliced, and some of them are just going to be tumbled as is. And then I may split the tumbles in half to make earring pairs. But this is called Script Jasper. And it is some gorgeous material. And these are dry, mind you. That is just beautiful looking material. Wasn't sure what it was going to look like because they didn't really have any close-up shots. I think one shot showed just a little bit of this right here. But I love all of the combination and colors there. And I believe the markings on it are just absolutely gorgeous. And I'm not even sure where it's from. I can go back and look, or I can send them a questionnaire. And after watching the live last night, oh, I want a microscope. I would just love to put some of this under a microscope to see what it actually looks like. You know, I've heard that script is nothing more than shells that have been mixed in, but some of that looks very not like a shell. Because when you turn it on its side, it's still just little lines. You don't have any big patches that really look shell-like material. So, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it's definitely some cool stuff. And I only got 1 pound of it that I actually washed up and cleaned up. And this isn't all of it. There's some of the host rock under there. But each one has its own unique patterns to it. And I just think it is absolutely gorgeous looking. There we got a little vug right there. It looks like it has some quartz in it. I don't know if I can get this to stay focused up close or not. It looks like we're about the end of the focal length right there. I'll have to take that one outside and look at it. Yeah, it's some cool stuff. I guess right there could look like a couple of shells, maybe small shells. But some of it just has long, straight lines. True. Very true. Could be brachiopods. But I mean, some of that's just such crazy patterns. That's some beautiful material. So cool stuff. In a little bitty sliver. Yeah, if we end up doing that Secret Santa grab bag thing, I may have to throw in a couple of pieces of this. It'll be rough because I won't start tumbling till this winter. Um, I do most of my tumbling during the winter time. And what I use to make sure, of course, you can't use water because it'll freeze. But I use the RV antifreeze that they make for the water tanks. That will not freeze. We also use it in our water cooled compressors out here. Um, the RV water antifreeze is the way to go if you're during the wintertime and you want to do some tumbling. Yeah, there are so many cool Jaspers. Well, right now I don't have any place that is really climate controlled. I've got a Connex, which is kind of like what Jared used to have his stuff in, one of those 40-foot shipping containers. So, yeah, that's one of my shop buildings. The other one is an open shed, which is actually a backup generator shed. Um, yes, I did see that, but I've got I sent you a reply on there with my email address. I wasn't sure what all other information you may need. So if you could just email me on my return message to you, I'll send you whatever you need on that. Uh, I think it'd be cool if everybody throughout the entire community ended up getting on there for the Secret Santa. Um, I think it'd be a lot of fun. I think it'd be very cool to actually do a live afterwards and show what we got. Um, but I'll definitely throw in a couple of pieces of that script Jasper. Knowing me, I'll probably throw in a piece of fire agate. Most of my stuff will be rough. I don't have very much in finished items right now because of tumblers needing repairs and things like that. And, the price of gasoline and stuff like that has definitely put a damper on what I could repair this year and what I could do. So, yeah, this winter I plan on doing some both vibratory and rotary tumbling. I've got a few of my 3-pound barrels for my small tumbler. I would like to get the other one replaced and get myself another 12 and a half. I probably have at least 20 pounds of different feldspar materials that I picked up from being out in the pasture with the animals, with the goats and the horses. I'll see a shiny rock that looks interesting and just pick it up and throw it in my pocket. And then at night I sit there and pull them all out. And most of them I've just got a bucket full of different feldspar material that I just keep throwing in there. And I figured once I have my big barrel done, I'll just tumble a bunch of it. We'll see what happens. See what we go from there. But yeah, I think the Secret Santa deal on Discord is absolutely cool. I would invite everybody to get in there and sign up for it. Let's see what else. That's going to be a short podcast, I guess. I'm trying to think what else is going on. Not a whole lot this year. Yeah, I hear you, RMB. Same here. I've got a bucket that I drop the ones that look interesting in, and then I've just got rocks all over the front entrance to my cabin. Cool. We just need to make sure we keep spreading the word. Um, very true. Deadline is November. So, yeah. Plenty of time, but not too much time left. But it's very cool. I think it was a spectacular idea to do that. And I think each one of us, anytime we put something out, we need to mention that. We need to bring that up. And I need to figure out. It's actually on Discord there, Bear. What was it put under? Trying to think. Let's see here if I can jump over to my Discord real quick. You guys won't see it. Let's see here. What was the title of that thing? A mineral rockmus is the category. So a minerally, okay, now if I can read. A minerally rockmus. It's right under fur babies. So now how do I get back to my screen where I was? There we go. Yeah, come on in, join the club there, Bear. And one of these days I got to figure out how to make moderators and all that good stuff so I don't have to keep staring at the chat. But I haven't done that yet. I will get it figured out, and we'll continue to expand and improve. And yeah. So anyhow, this is my short live for this week. Thought I was actually going to go a little longer, but yeah, it's okay. Get something out there. And remind everybody to join for the Minerally Rockmas. Yeah, I may have to message Karen or them and figure out how to do that. There's probably some button or something. Yeah, but I'm not that technologically. I mean, I can build a computer from scratch. Actually, this one is from scratch. It's the scratch build. But when it comes to using all the software and doing all the little tricks and things that they have built into it, yeah, I'm a novice. Click someone's name, maybe. Oh, cool. Yes, there it is. Ah. Okay. Yeah, actually, you can make moderators. Ah, just did. All right. Ryan, you've been to both of mine. So there we go. And why not? Let's include the bear. So now we got moderators. Now all we need to do is get additional people to come in and check us out. Yes, I created a monster with a wrench, but yeah, you know what? Every good enforcement team needs a bear. Let's face it. That's okay. It's cool. Glad to have you all on board. I'm glad to see that you all showed up today. And I appreciate it. Appreciate the likes. I appreciate the comments. And hey, let's do it all again next Saturday, huh? Hey, Karen. Cool. I just learned how to make moderators. Can you tell? Everybody that's in the room's a moderator. Including Karen. That's okay, Karen. That's okay. You know, we all got to go get some victuals every once in a while and possibly find more rocks. Let's see here. Let me do the camera switch thingy real quick. Karen, I can actually do more than one camera now. And this was the script Jasper I was talking about the other night. And of course, we mentioned the minerally rockless. So just a reminder, we all need to keep mentioning that. I think it's a super cool idea. We all send rocks around anyhow, but to sign up and be able to set all that up, I think is super cool. I think it was a great idea in addition to our Discord channel. All right, guys. Anyhow, I am going to call it a day. Hey, it's a day. But we shall see y'all during the week in other people's lives and watching other people's videos. I encourage everyone to smash the like button, subscribe if you haven't, join the family because we are a family. We are a group of people who have like interests, and I think it's important. So everyone, have a great weekend. Have a safe weekend. And we'll see y'all again next week. May the Lord bless you.